welcome to another Saturday night. What? You mean it's not Saturday? Yeah, I get that. That's why I jumped on for a few minutes last night, and that's why maybe I shouldn't have talked as long as I did, but hey, we only live once, right? So we're here on a Sunday, and I appreciate y'all joining us. And as we delve into the depths of Claire's mind on her takes of the paranormal and the interesting things that go around, and I'm chuckling because I see her laughing in the back. I guess she doesn't plan on going that deep into conversation today. but I really appreciate everybody joining us, and I'm not going to take a lot of time with my chatter. We'll just bring Claire on and have a lovely day. Hello, Claire.
Hello, my friend.
You didn't like the thought of delving deep into your psyche, huh?
I just, I don't, it's quite scary what you might find, but go ahead. It's fine. You know me, I'll answer any questions that I can. And thank you, Lee. Welcome back, Claire. Isn't that lovely? Hello, Lee. I can't see how many. I'm on my computer. I can't see who's on or anything like that. But you pop the things on for me there, don't you, Scott?
I do my best where I can. So you cannot see the chat?
No, I can't. I've got comments here.
Yeah, that's where you'd be looking at.
Yeah, comments. Oh yeah, I can see that. Yes, fine.
But let's see here. I thank you for coming back for another show.
It's my pleasure. I loved it. I was very tired last time. As I was saying to Scott, my husband's been away on a business trip and he thinks he's got COVID. I think I may have COVID as well because I feel like rubbish. So I'll carry on as long as I can before I start falling over. But yeah, so I've had my Lemsip, I've had my hot lemon. I'm ready to go.
Is that your go-to to feel better?
Sorry?
Is that your go-to to feel better?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'll be having night nurse tonight before I go to bed.
Oh?
I'll just dose myself up. But he's doing a test upstairs at the moment, so I don't even know whether he has it or not. So a little bit of a surprise for me afterwards.
Well, let's hope that he doesn't.
I hope so too.
Let's take a moment and introduce yourself, if that's okay, for those that might not know.
So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Claire Clifford-Fennell, and I'm an evidential psychic medium. I link with spirit and I work on a psychic level too. But I'm also, I guess you could call me a veteran paranormal investigator. I've been doing that for over 15 years. I've been leading on my team. So it's a bit of both. So, it's I've had lots of experience with paranormal in both areas, really. So, a bit of an paranormal all-rounder. So I've had my mediumship since I can ever remember, and had spirits following me around everywhere basically, and
that could be a little rough when you're trying to go to the loo or whatnot.
Well, I tend to not, come into the loo with you or stuff like that. But when they start coming in when you're having a bath or going to the loo, then you've got to get the sage out.
Okay, that's enough.
That's quite enough of that.
Speaking of all that kind of stuff, there's a show that's on TV now that's kind of interesting. It's called, I believe it's called Ghosts, and she's able to see ghosts, and she's the only one. And there's
is it fiction or is it a real?
No, it's not reality.
Oh, it's like a fictional show,
right? And
I've not heard of that here.
It's a pretty interesting show because the spirits that are in this show, it's a comedy, actually follows her husband into the bathroom and such.
No! I know ghosts in the manor house.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that is the best show ever. It is the best show. Of course, I know ghosts.
Of course.
British cast and whatever else. It is the funniest show on telly at the moment, if you ask me. But I don't know whether they're doing a series 3. What are you on? Series 1?
Season 3. There's 2 seasons.
Yeah. So I don't know whether they're going to do a 3. I've seen them all. They
I
are
believe,
brilliant.
I believe I seen where they said they were going to do another one.
I just think it's a stroke of genius and it's hilarious.
So if you don't mind me asking, is that comparable to how you see things and view things? And I do say that I understand it's a comedy show.
But yeah, I mean, there is that in there. Not that literally I have... Actually, no, it probably is a bit like that, actually. Like I sit here and if I'm doing a live or I'm reading people, I do have people standing here around, waiting. Some of them push in, some of them don't wait their turn. Yeah, okay. it is a little bit like that. Maybe not as sort of, they're standing then you're having a full-on conversation with them, but wouldn't that be nice? I kind of love that.
I don't know how I'd feel about that.
Well, yeah, but it's such a great show. But yeah, I do, I often have people standing here and people standing there and people over there and, people pushing in and people talking to me and, so yeah, I guess it is a little bit like that.
Nice.
But,
you never thought of that, huh? I see in your mind.
Not really. Not really. Because I'm sort of used to it. Because they show me what they look like and they show me what they're wearing and what the person would remember them wearing. And yeah, because I'm used to it, I haven't really tried to dissect it like that before. But yeah, I suppose it is like ghosts. Yeah, I do have them around me. But it's only when I'm linked with somebody or if I'm linked, I'm saying that now, but I feel like I've got spirit coming in now. So if I'm working, then people will be there.
Now, is it hard to put them to the side, per se, when you're not trying to have that aspect of life going on?
I really don't mind. I really don't mind them coming in. I will never, ever turn a spirit away, and I will always, I try and place them, because they've used their energy to come in to me, to speak to me for somebody else. Okay. And I always try to place them and acknowledge them. I could be going around the supermarket and I get spirit in for people who are shopping. And I'm like, what do I do? Because if I say to Scott, if I say to someone, excuse me, and I've done it before and they think I'm absolutely crazy nut job. You go, excuse me, I've got your dad here who's in spirit. They're like, what? So you have to be I have done that before, and some people don't like it. It's not very professional to do that. When I first started off, I did that. But now
I guess we do learn as we go along, don't we?
Yeah, and I learned in a spiritual church. Well, it all came together in the spiritual church. And I had a really good mentor, and I said to her, I went shopping and this man came through, or whatever it is, I can't quite remember. Yeah. And I told the person, and they went, oh, she said, you must never do that without someone's permission. So I always ask for permission before I read people now, because you live and learn. You live and learn.
I imagine so. This is Paranormal Consultant. Matt says, welcome back, Claire.
Hi, Matt. Matt or Mac?
Matt.
Hi, Matt.
You could get.
I remember you last.
You could get formal with him and say Matthew.
Matthew. That's my brother's name, Matthew. But he's a Matt as well, my brother.
most people named Matthew goes with Matt. Very few.
Yeah. Matty.
Yeah,
no, that's a very English way to say it, Matty.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'll call my son that. See what his reaction is.
He might swear at you, Scott.
Yeah, well, he's probably gonna get mad because what I'm gonna say now if he catches on. But as he's growing up, we used to have fun with him, calling him Matthew Roney and Cheese.
Matthew Roney and Cheese, perfect. I bet he's like, oh, Dad. I've been called worse, he says.
I'm sure he has now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I can see where that would be kind of tough with going up to people who's not so receptive.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like, what do I do with this spirit? I don't want to turn this spirit away. They've come in because they know I'm there and they want to say hello to. So sometimes I have to keep a lid on it. Do you know what I mean? So, and I do.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a psychic community called Lilydale, New York?
No, I haven't.
No, that's
What
not
is
too
that?
far from me. It's literally what it sounds like, a community of psychics and
Why don't I
people.
know about that?
I'm not sure. And they've and psychics and readers and things like that, and they
Oh,
live in the community all year round for the most part, but they have seasons where they invite
wow.
people in. They have a spiritual church and such.
Wow.
I wasn't sure if you heard of it though.
I haven't heard of it, but I will definitely look into it because to have people like us all together, I bet the energy is crazy. I bet
I
the
would.
energy is crazy. I'll have to look into that. Can't stay long, busy with work. Much love to you, brother, and best wishes, Claire. We'll rewatch. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, Matt is awfully very generous with his time and such.
Oh, bless him.
So it's very nice that he pops in when he can. A lot of times he seems to be working when I'm live, and when he's live doing his shows, I'm asleep.
Oh, he does his shows as. Oh no.
Yes, well
Oh,
he likes to do a lot of them after work and such, and our shifts are way different.
oh no. Right.
So,
Does he do
but
what you do then?
he does. So
Oh,
um,
okay. Runs in the
I'm sure he
family.
would be happy to have you be on his show as well.
I'd love to. I'd love to. Anne says they even did a supernatural on Lilydale.
Yes, they did.
What,
Uh,
like a show on itself?
have you ever heard of the show Supernatural?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They had a whole thing where it was a episode where there was murders or whatever going on there in Lilydale.
I'll have
Though
to
I will be
find it.
honest with you, the show itself does not show the town.
I'm going to look into it now anyway.
So,
I'm going to
so
research it.
it looks totally different than what they portray it to be. But the
Oh,
history they say is very close to it.
oh
Uh,
right. Okay.
Alex, hello, Alex. Alex says
Hi,
popped
Alex.
in to say hi. Doing right now.
DJing. He's DJing right
DJing.
now.
Well, thank you. I didn't.
Woo!
Play Ghostbusters for us, will you, Alex?
You know what, Scott? I was a DJ for 20 years.
You get out
I
of
used
here.
to spin vinyl, believe it or
Really?
not. Yeah.
I don't
Would
think.
love to connect with you, Claire. Yes, Matt.
I don't think.
Definitely.
I don't
Do
think
it.
DJs do vinyl anymore.
No, this was quite a few years ago, Scott.
Is that how you got through schooling and such?
What? My schooling? No. It was. I lived down here and I started spinning tunes, and then I moved up to London. It says, "Wow, are ye Cockney?" No, I'm not a Cockney,
Angela
but
says that.
it's a very south of England accent that I've got. So it's a bit Londony. I only live an hour from London, so it probably is a bit Ackland Page,
Now I mentioned to Angela, your son plays football.
Soccer, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a pro soccer player.
And what team was that again?
He plays for Morecambe. Sorry, I have to think then. Morecambe FC,
Morecambe
which
FC.
is way up north. It's way up north, and there's a saying. It's grim up north because it is. It's really they talk like that up there. They all talk like that. Hello, love. What's a cuppa?
Her
they're all like that up
husband, Angela's husband lives in the UK somewhere.
there. Oh, right, okay, yeah. So it's Yorkshire, Lancashire, but Yorkshire sort of accent up there. But yeah, I haven't seen him for 3 months. Where in the north? Preston, Angela. He lives in Preston, but Liverpool's
is where he
Liverpool's
lives.
the other side, I believe. No, it's not. I think it's near Liverpool. I don't know where. Preston is up there and Liverpool's up there as well.
They're at least on the same continent, right?
Yeah, it's only about, I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up now as well, aren't I? I'll probably not far from each other at all.
So now you're an interesting individual. You have this psychic medium going on. You've explored the paranormal. You've now told me that you DJ'd in your life, and you're also a voice actor.
I am.
Which
I haven't done. I used to do quite a lot of it, but I don't. But I can do different voices, you see. So different. And if you heard me, you probably wouldn't recognise that it's me.
No, let me ask you to do and since Alex brought up the DJing and such, he's from Texas. What's your impression of Texas accent?
Me? Oh no, I can't do. No, I can't do accents like that. I can't. I'm dreadful American accent. I can't do that.
You can't, or you won't.
I can't. It's so bad, my American accent. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's not like with my voiceovers, I do like, I can do a bit posh, and then different sort of, upbeat, downbeat, but this, not anything like American accent. Honestly, you'd cut me off if you heard me do an American accent.
I don't believe I would go that far, but
you might not, but it'd be quite a laugh. But yeah, no, I can't do a Texas. I can't do a Texas.
Okay, Alex, you're safe. The one thing, and I know we're going away from paranormal and such, but
yeah,
the one thing that is interesting is they're saying now with the internet being invented and such, that and the online social media, accents are slowly going away.
Actors?
Accents.
Oh, accents. Oh, I thought it was actors. Yeah, I guess so. It's all sort of, because, you're there thousands of miles away from me, and here we are having this live conversation.
Right.
And with media, social media, I guess that makes sense, really.
Once it was brought up, yeah, it does make sense. And then I started thinking about when you see and speak to people online and such, especially like across states, how the accents are starting to blur together. And
yeah,
I'm assuming the same is going on with the other countries.
I don't know, really. I mean, I don't, it's really strange because if I'm talking to you, I don't really think, oh, I'm talking to an American. I'm talking to you, Scott. So,
Correct.
I do talk to a lot of Americans. I read a lot of Americans. So, I don't actually think much of it. I don't really think, oh, I'm speaking to an American lady or American guy. I just, I suppose it is. The world's smaller, isn't it, now?
It is. To say the least, it is. A blank message. That's all right.
The River Mersey is connected to the Atlantic Ocean. Well, you know more than I do, Angela, because I didn't know that.
Liverpool is Merseyside.
I think we need to talk about poltergeist. Poltergeist or poultrygeist?
Poultrygeist. And there's a reason for that. And for this time, I made an awful joke last night during my live feed.
Well, I didn't hear your live last night, so I didn't hear that.
Well,
oh no.
Casey made this for me.
Who?
Her name is Casey, or known as Spuzzle.
Spuzzle made you a turkey hat.
A turkey fedora. It's a fedora.
Do you know? Oh my gosh, it's a fedora.
It is.
Isn't that? Do you know what? Isn't that really good?
And we're speaking about, boy, it's hard to get things straight on camera. But
when you've got turkey on your head.
I never thought I would hear that statement.
No, you wouldn't hear that very often, would you?
But But there was
I actually think it really suits you, Scott.
I'm not sure how I should take that, Claire.
As a compliment.
Turkey in my head is a compliment.
No, do you know what? She's very good.
Is my standards that low of life?
She's put a lot of effort into that.
That is very true. I could tell that for sure. And
you've
very
got to
happy.
admire that.
What's that?
You've got to admire that. Somebody who's put a lot of effort into that.
Oh, yes, definitely.
What's this? English can do American Southern accents.
And that might be where this might be my turkey carving hat for Thanksgiving.
Well, you know what? It would be an absolute shame if you didn't wear that over. You've got to have that on, haven't you? Thanksgiving.
Of course.
English can do American Southern accents.
Like, y'all come back now, you hear?
Y'all come back now, you hear? See, it's terrible. That's shocking.
No, that wasn't that bad.
Shocking.
That wasn't
That's
that
terrible.
bad.
Wow.
Now, yeah. The only thing is I think in England, you guys say things a little more rushed than Southern. You guys have the Southern accent, but it's rushed. The slower you speak, the more Southern you are. And I don't mean that any slight to anybody from the South.
We'll see about that.
But
y'all come back now.
Yep, you put a little drawl at the end, you're good.
But we do actually talk really quick.
I
talk really quick. I can talk really quick. Yeah, when I'm chatting. No, that sounds about right, Claire. Thank you, Angela. That's very kind of you.
But so back to Lee's thing, though. Yeah, I made a joke about there was spirits and such, and I threw in maybe it's a poultrygeist.
I thought he'd spelt that wrong. I thought it was.
Well, I figured I'd save him,
but he didn't. Exactly. Yeah, but with I'm not very good at an American accent. I do try at home, and my son and my husband laugh at me, and the dogs probably do as well.
Can they do the accent though?
No, of course they can't.
But so I'm starting to build up a nice little collection of things here, like
what you got?
JWoww made.
Oh, that's nice.
Spirited chats.
That's all like felt that's been sewn on or stuck on or something, isn't it?
It's a fabric ink.
It's lovely.
It is, but it's a little small for my.
Oh, go on, put it on. Let's have a look. Go on. Oh, it's a bit small.
Yeah.
But it's still quite effective, I feel.
But when the grandkids are here and they jump on the show, they wear it.
But isn't that nice that someone's took their time to make you? Isn't that a lovely thing?
It is. Oh. And they're all sitting right next to me.
Come on, show me.
Ready to go for the show. This is another edition of mine.
Batman.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I am the knight.
You can't do that and not put it on, Scott.
Oh, I can.
No, come on. Come on, who wants him to put it on? Come on, let's
Nobody.
have a bit of They do, all do. What else you got?
Your word kind sounded like
Liza Doolittle.
Liza, thank you, Doolittle.
Email chubby cocker.
Back for a little bit. Yeah, I don't think Liza sounds quite like that. Have you watched it?
Liza Doolittle.
Have you watched? This is from another YouTube channel.
Elevated
Vlogs.
Nice.
Kind of a beanie.
Do you wear that? Do you wear that outside?
No. Once again, it's a little small for my noggin.
Yeah, but it's stretchy.
It does, but then it feels like my brain's getting constricted.
Oh, we don't like that.
No, not at all. I got odds and ends around me.
Oh, that's nice. So, can I ask you a question?
By all means.
How long have you gobble? How long have you been doing your lives and stuff?
The lives themselves, I'm not 100% sure. I think 2 years now.
Oh, okay, so quite a while.
In some senses, yes.
Yeah.
There's other people, of course, that's been doing them longer, but
Oh, yeah. But just out of curiosity, because we're talking on here, I just wondered. That's all. That's probably about the same time as I've been doing my lives, actually.
Yeah. Have you grown more comfortable with them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, first of all, when you first do your lives, you're a bit stiff and you're a bit nervous. But now it's just like
Angela says, "No, keep your voice normal." Then it sounded like
no,
her.
keep your voice normal. Then it sounded like her. Do I sound like Eliza Do? Do I sound like Eliza Doolittle?
The more refined one, not at the beginning, where she's like, "Oh,
But
come
I have
on."
probably got a bit of a London accent, So
Yes.
there you go.
How about more of a Mary Poppins?
What's his face? What's his name?
Mary Poppins?
Oh, Mary Poppins.
Oh, Bert.
Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke.
Now, Mary Poppins.
You know what his original stage name was, and I'm probably going to get booed for this one.
No, go on, tell me.
Penis Von Lesbian, but they said that they need to change it.
Of course it was. Mary Poppins.
Oh Lord, we're off on a tangent, aren't we?
But I think we were last time, weren't we?
Yes, but it was late night and people excused it.
Yeah.
But I suppose
I'm like it all the time, Scott.
I'll keep that in mind.
Have you not seen one of my lives? I'm like it. I'm still awkward after 2 years. Oh, bless you, Matt.
Yeah, I called him out last night on his live show.
Someone what?
He was my first person I interviewed.
Oh.
Yes.
What does your clairvoyancy entail? I have all the clairs. I'm mainly clairvoyant. I see, but I hear as well. And spirit touch me. Spirit talk to me. I get a telepathic link with spirit. They can stand there, and I see them. As I say, I see them in their clothes, and sometimes they do like what's the thing where you skill like that? Charades. It's like they're doing charades sometimes. So they work in. Some of them do charades. Some of them talk to me. Some of them are really clear with me. Others I have to work a little bit harder to connect with and to speak to. They're all very different. I have to learn very quickly how they work to get the information from them. But my clairvoyancy is I've got the whole caboodle, and the clairsentience, which is just knowing something's right and something's true. Charades, that's it. Yeah. So there's sometimes they stand there and they're doing charades and they're digging, or they're and I go, oh, they're digging. What does that mean? Have you been digging in your garden? And they go, oh yeah, I've been digging in my garden.
We pronounce it charades.
Charades, of course it is. It's like Omega. Omega is Amiga.
I'm not sure what that is.
It's just a word. It's true. Just a word, Scott.
Tomato.
You say tomato, I say tomato, or the other way round.
True.
If you're finding any value in this, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Exactly.
That absolutely is something that's something
Omega. Omega. Oh my god.
Oh my god. So I did have a thought in my mind.
Well, do you know what? I'm sorry, but we just sort of go off, don't we?
No, it's fine. That keeps the show relevant, fresh. Instead of
ask me anything.
Those cookie cutter questions on every show and the same answers every show.
You wanted to delve deep, Scott, into my brain. Here we go.
It sounded good at the start, but after we touched the surface, I don't think we.
Yeah, just back off. Slightly scary. Yes, yes. English and American use of vowels are back to front. Yeah, definitely. Now Scott is copying my show with all the random. Caused a bit of trouble here, haven't I?
I think I'm gonna.
If I come onto Matt's show, then we can be super random. Random's my thing.
I like random. It makes life good. But
life is a bit random.
It's a shame that you weren't on with me last night. It seemed like there was activity going on in this room here last night.
Oh, like what?
Well, I kept hearing things behind me. Actually, I got a bit of a jump on one of the little noises back there.
Is the video is the live on your page?
It is.
I'll have a look.
It should be. And then somebody said that they seen. Well, I thought I seen out of the corner of my eye up in this general direction, like well, no, it wasn't an orb. Like the video kind of blurred out there. And then people in the chat
pixelate.
Kind of. And people in the chat said they were seeing it as well. So
I'm having a look now.
I heard a whisper or something in my ear, and somebody else in the chat said that they thought they heard something too.
Well, do you remember the last time we spoke and I said that there's a man, I think there's a man and a woman outside your house? Outside your house, but then you said that your granddaughter or grandchild had seen them or something?
My grandson seen them out back, yes.
Yeah. So I could feel like outside.
I did not.
I
know. I mute the mic for that.
He spares his viewers that. The turkey hat caused some feathers to get ruffled.
No, by no means.
You've got to wear that on Thanksgiving now, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Without doubt.
No
I
doubt.
think that's a work of art, if you ask me.
It was a lot of skill.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of time. I can't imagine.
Are they real turkey feathers?
I didn't ask.
They are, aren't they?
They're definitely feathers.
Yeah. Don't ask. Don't ask.
But yeah, you were meant. We did speak of the grandson seeing a woman by the river, and then you brought up a male, and Stephanie reminded me that they speak of seeing a male here a couple times now.
I thought I just saw something in the top left of a little flash in the top left of your picture.
Oh, I was looking at that.
Matt says it's fiturkable.
Yeah, see, the one thing about the chat is they like to come up with names.
Fiturkable.
I think they sit up all night and write lists of what they can say on the show.
It's good fun, though, isn't it?
Oh, very sure. So now, you say you do readings of people and such. How does people go about to have you do such for them?
Say that again?
I was trying to word it in my mind. In other words, if people wanted a reading from you, how would they go about doing that?
Well, they could just message me. So they can just message me or join my page, which is
scrolling down below.
Oh, you've already got it there. Look, you're good, aren't you?
It's been up there for a while. How about this?
I can see it now. Yeah, clairvoyant@mail.com. Just message me or join my page. That'd be lovely if you join my page. Always like that. The top left of the screen, it is overhead light. Yeah, I definitely saw something in the top left of your screen. But yeah, if you want to join my page, or ask me for a reading, whatever. I do free readings as well, but I do paid readings as well. Sadly, I wish this is off the top of my turkey. I mean head. I think, does it take after his dad?
That's not my son.
Oh, I thought that was your son. Matt, sorry about that. I thought Matt was your son.
No, I do have a son named Matthew, but not him.
I'm confused. All right. Sorry. Sorry, paranormal consultant.
But his name is Matt.
Right. It can
Okay.
get confusing.
There's
For
a lot.
Turtle.
We'll just, yeah. But no, he's the first one that I interviewed when I started doing these things, and
Oh,
that was mainly on Facebook.
yeah.
And I ended up being his first person that he interviewed.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah,
And that was all those couple of years ago. I
yes.
definitely have daddy issues. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, Matt. I thought that you were his son.
Matt, please never call me daddy again.
Daddy.
Oh.
Oh no, here we go. Look, what have I started now? Would that make Scott Mr. Paranormal Consultant?
Senior.
Senior. Oh. Let's stop all that. I got it wrong. Got an echo on our end. Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh. Can paranormal activity affect the heart? Absolutely.
I would imagine.
Yeah, when I've been on investigations and paranormal, I get flutters, heart flutters, and it can really affect your body. You know, dizziness. You know, I had that certain thing that happened to me, and I nearly collapsed. Yeah, you've got to be really careful when you go out. You know, you've got to be with the right people who can look after you, and anything can happen. I think that's what I love about it, because anything can happen.
Very true.
You know, you go and you have no idea what is going to happen, if anything, because sometimes you could go out and nothing happens. You know, you're all ready, you know, to go and nothing happens. But that's just the nature of it, really, isn't it?
Very true. That's like where we'll go on places and not be tired at all. It doesn't seem like much is going on much.
Yeah.
And then there's places where you go to and
Oh.
you're so tired afterwards because your energy is just spent.
Do you get that where you get like a whole week of it afterwards? You're just like absolutely exhausted.
Very true.
And then you can go out on investigations and then you're fine the next day. You know, it's all the energy that's affecting you, you know. It's
other people that you're with.
Definitely.
You get different people.
Yeah, and you've got to look after the people you're with as well, because, you know, these things follow you home. You know, I mean, in my home, love. What do you mean? What's that, Angela? In your home? What's going on in your home? I'm still recovering from the battleship.
Yeah, me too, Matt. The USS North Carolina, we all went, and
that sounds
there's like 4 or 5 teams that went to this huge ship.
Wow.
It was definitely an exciting trip. When it was active, it had over 2,500 service members, so it's a huge ship.
Wow. I think with ships, because of where they are, they're in the water, aren't they? And water conducts energy. You know, ships always seem to be like not just haunted, but like really haunted. Did you get a lot of activity there then, or were you just like wasted when you came back?
I'm not sure if I myself did, because we all kind of went our own ways to some degree, and I think that's our own doing. We're still going through evidence and such, but Angela, we'll get to your question or statement here in just a second.
I swear,
but we took so long to get down there and rushed down there and just went right into investigating. I don't think we were in the mental state to really do.
Yeah, there's so much to it, isn't there, Scott? You've got to be in the right mental frame of mind. You've got to put your protection in place. You've got to make sure that everybody's okay. You've got to make sure that health and safety, everybody's okay. You know, there's this massive thing to go in, you know, investigating, isn't there?
Very true. But the other teams there have been able to put stuff out, and they said that they've gotten activity. So Matt has stuff on his channel, and you know.
Oh, interesting.
So
I like to think when I go out, I have to say that whenever I've gone out to supposedly haunted locations, we always get activity.
Nice.
Always. And I remember one time, and my team member had the SLS going, and there was these two figures next to me. And then when we swapped round for people they disappeared. I think they like me. They know what I do. They know, they sort of want to connect with me, which I love that. You know, so I tend to go to places and bring out what's in there, you know. So, you know, don't invite me around for tea or anything, because whatever's in your house will come out. Can I just speak to Angela about...
I was about to say, we're going to go to that. I swear there's paranormal activity here. My place is right next door to where a nursing home used to be.
Angela, do you have problems with your lights at home? Because I've got lights to do with you. We're also not far from the river, water, energy, amplification of energy. I'm getting lights with you. If you've got flashing lights and stuff, lights go off or lights break, bulbs go really easily. That's for Angela, because I'm really feeling that. I'm sort of connecting a bit. Agreed, we'll be more prepared next year.
Matt did a lot of traveling. We traveled about 14 hours total to get there. Matt traveled about 9 hours to get there.
That's dedication, isn't it? When you're traveling like that. Not on my channel yet, besides the live stream, still working on stuff. But if you ever need any help, you need, you know, someone on to have a chat, I'm here.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. There's a couple locations that we're looking into live streaming and such. Maybe that's something that you'd be interested in, and kind of being a fly on the wall and watching.
Well, the beauty about what I do is it doesn't matter whether you're 2,000 miles away or just up the road. I can link in with, like, Angela. I'd like Angela. No, but a lot of ambulance and cops go by with lights and sirens. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, she's right on the main road.
But I want lots of lights in your home. Like, there's something wrong. Like, you know, you put a bulb in and it goes. You know, it's like a light thing in your, maybe as a virtual. Yeah, I'm just feeling the lights. Angela, as we're talking, are your lights flickering? I'm getting this light thing with her house. But yeah, so I can link. So are you saying if you went and did like an hour's live stream and I came on and I could tell you where things are happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you know, just kind of put you in a room with a camera going, and you can kind of look at the room and
that sounds fantastic.
Ask questions and such.
Because I think it's just the nature of what I do. They know that they can communicate through me. And as I said, we've never had an investigation where Angela's saying nope. Where am I getting the lights from then with you, Angela? Never had an investigation where nothing's happened. You know, we've had investigations where not a lot's happened, but there's always something happening.
That's true. It is daytime here.
My lights turned up. True. Okay. All right. Well,
I didn't even think about that.
No, let me know tonight, because I do feel a light thing with you.
You are ahead of us, so
yeah. But don't be surprised if tonight your lights is something with your lights. All right, my darling. When you start don't be surprised if you turn your lamp on and your bulb goes. That's what I'm feeling for you, Angela. All right, my darling. Yeah, I'm happy to do that, Scott. If you want to think of a little thing to, you know,
we can act on that off the stream and figure out.
Just, you know, whatever. I'm happy to be involved.
Now, let's get into a little bit of the controversial side of things.
Do it.
There is a lot of people out there that claim they have abilities that truly don't have many, if at all. How do you feel about that?
Well, do you know what? I think it's the other way around. I think there's more people like me who are genuine mediums than the other sort who, do you know what? They must be incredibly clever to sit and take people in. Do you know what I mean? And make people believe what they're saying, because I certainly couldn't. I certainly wouldn't do that. You know, if I'm reading someone and I can't read them, I can't read them.
But see, I think that's where I feel that you might be slightly wrong because you say it would take a lot. I don't see that. I see people are so wanting to believe that you
There is
throw
that
any
as well.
little
Yeah.
morsel.
Yeah,
Let's see.
there is that as well. You know that if you know they're willing to believe what people are saying to them, but because I'm a genuine medium, I often see things going, oh, mediums are fake and whatever else, and the
Mhm.
temptation. My bulb in my lamp went out a couple of months ago. Okay, um, the temptation to go, and I have done before. I've said, well, I'm a genuine medium, you know.
Yeah.
But I think it's really controversial because if you don't believe it, if you don't believe it's possible, then how, in your mind, can people do it? It's not real,
True.
it's fake, right?
True.
But I like to think there's more people like me that are genuine, and then you get the odd faker.
Yeah.
I don't want to know anything about the person I'm reading. I've had times, Scott, that I haven't even known the name of the person I'm reading, let
Yeah.
alone, you know, whatever. You know, people say, oh, you must go on the Facebook. People must go on Facebook pages. I don't. I don't. The least I know about the person, the better.
Right.
I
Right.
would never, ever. I haven't got time to look, and I wouldn't do it anyway. Like I'm going to go scouring through people's Facebook. Do you know
I
what I
feel
mean?
that most people catch on pretty quick. John says, "Hi, Claire. Wonder what your thoughts are on ghosts and shadow people.
Oh,
Also, I never believed until 18 years in a very haunted house convinced me it's all true."
hello, John. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when you've lived in a haunted house, you certainly change your mind on things, don't you?
Very true.
You know, if you were like skeptical before, right? So, what are my thoughts on ghosts and shadow people? Well, there's shadow people. I think are very. So let's start at the basics. So, ghosts are people, in my opinion, who don't want to cross over, or they're happy
Mhm.
where they are. Thank you very much. And you know, they just sort of drift around in the place they love, doing whatever. Then you get the people who are trapped by their own thoughts. They don't want to go over. They're frightened to go over. I do cross a lot of people over, spirit here, over to the other side. And it's something that people like me do quite a lot of because there's a lot of stuck spirits here. So ghosts, I think, you know, they're either happy or they're not, or but shadow people are a different kettle of fish because there's a negativity around them. It could be that once they were a human, but it's they've changed into just this dark energy that needs to be neutralized.
Do you,
Shadow people, there's always a negative around them, as far as I'm concerned.
do
If
you
you
have
see
something going on with your internet?
me,
Yeah, it's you got like all kinds of like seriously, it looks like you got like
wait a minute.
multiple hands and such going on there.
Wait a minute. Let me have a look. No, I'm still on the same.
Huh.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you were fine. Just it looked like your fingers were trailing.
Yeah, but don't you think that's a little bit weird? Because we were just talking about spirits and you know
Right,
shadow
right.
people. What's that? I had a tall shadow person. Right. Okay. So a tall shadow person is not something that I would like in my house.
No.
Um, how September the 6th, was that the only time you saw it?
No, that's another thing. Shadow people. What about those with fedoras? That's a subject I like
Well,
quite a
I
bit.
haven't actually come across shadow people or ghosts with fedoras, but you know, who's to say that they're not around, Scott? Do you
It
know what I
wasn't,
mean?
but wasn't there a class of them where they had like people would see them and they would see like a hat or
Oh yeah, the
something?
hats, yeah. The hat man in the suit and the hat. Is that what you're talking about?
No, they were shadow, and they had an outline of a hat.
I think there was a time when yes.
And what do you think about all those creepy clown sightings?
Oh, what you mean, like real people dressed as clowns?
Maybe it didn't make its way out your way. Yeah,
I did see the videos where people just standing in the dark dressed as clowns, chasing people.
But
Oh my God, no! I'd run a mile.
Now, the interesting thing is a lot of people don't realize is back in like the 50s or something like that, that happened as well.
What, the
So
clown thing?
You're right. So it seems like it happens every so often where just all of a sudden people start doing that.
But it was super weird, wasn't it? Because it was like people were seriously getting dressed up like it and chasing people down the street in the dark.
Well, some of that was staged.
No, I know, but they were actual people doing that. They weren't like apparitions, were they?
When I say staged, I mean the person running was staged.
I see.
The video was staged, but I do believe at the start of that was some creepy stuff, just standing on the side of the woods, that kind of deal.
In the more I think, especially in the States, because of the the American Indian history, etc. There is a real energy in the States, and because I've been to the States quite a few times, I've felt that energy. There's if things are going to be dark, they're going to be really dark. I mean, we have it over here. We have a lot of hauntings and stuff like that, but it's different. Not any less scary, but it's different. I would like to come to the States and go and investigate and stuff like that.
Well, it sounds like I gave you a bucket list place there earlier with Lilydale.
Oh yeah, I'll have a look into that for sure. I'm afraid you're right, Claire. Somebody's getting picked up in an ambulance tonight. Oh dear, I'm sorry.
Let's hope not.
Well, I hope they're all right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just saw the flashy sort of light thing going for Angela. I do it quite a lot. I link with people. So yeah, getting back to that, what we were saying about, I can link no matter what. If you're in Australia, if you're in Nova Scotia, if you're in America, if you're in wherever, I can link.
Okay.
With wherever you are. So
we'll definitely get it set up for you to do one of the live investigations with us. And
but Scott, can I just say something?
Sure.
I'm picking up on a bit of information for you.
For me.
Yeah. Have you just bought a new? It's as simple as this. Have you just bought a new toothbrush?
No.
There's a toothbrush reference to you. Does that make any sense to you?
No.
Oh my God. I'm listening to whatever, and this toothbrush just came up, and I'm like, what? So I have to tell you, all right?
No, that's fine.
But
then again, there's a whole list of people. Well, there's not a whole list of people. There's not like 1,000 people watching, but sometimes you think that gets mixed up into things.
No, maybe, but I usually know who I'm reading.
Well, I was just wondering myself, how about things that happen in history are you connected to? Like, can you...
If I go to a place?
Well, yeah. Or can you just kind of sit back and say, like, what... And, like, somebody says, hey, Roanoke, Virginia, the colony that disappeared.
No.
No.
Because I'd have to be in some way connected to that. I can see the internet going funny again.
Yeah.
I have to be connected somehow. So if I'm talking to a person like you with the man and the woman that I feel are on your property, they're like is it right to say yeoman or something? They're like the farm workers. It was like their farm. I think I said this to you last time. So because I'm talking to you, and where your property is, I can link with that. But if you ask me about anything, I'd have to have some sort of link. If I was standing in that area, I possibly could link. Yeah.
Okay.
But
That
not
makes
if you ask me randomly, about whatever. No. It hasn't happened yet. So
that makes sense.
yeah. It's more of a I'm talking to you, I'll pick up on your vibes and where you are, your vibes, all right, around you, whether it's haunted, whether, whatever. But there's a very farm feel about these two people. Do you know what it looks like? You know the picture, there's a very famous picture an American artist did.
The farmer and the daughter?
That's what they're
everybody
like.
mistaked it for his wife?
I thought it was his wife.
No, it was his daughter.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
I won't look at that the same anymore. But that
Neither have
picture,
I.
this is what it feels like those people outside your house look like.
Okay.
All right?
But it wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of farmland and such around here.
And he's a tall man as well. He's a tall gentleman. White and red lights. Well, Angela, I just got lights doing something. That's all I can say. Ingrid!
Hello,
Ingrid. Darling!
And somebody you know?
I love Ingrid. Yeah, Ingrid's one of my very good friends. Ingrid always used to come on and what would you call it, Ingrid? I can't remember. It's because I'm not feeling very well that I can't remember stuff.
I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce her last name.
Duquette.
Duquette.
Okay. Ingrid
Nice.
Duquette. Hello, my love. How are you? Mod. Yeah, she used to be the mod on my so she'd come on and just moderate while I'm reading people. So nice. She could do look after them while I'm reading someone, so I didn't have to do all, look at all the messages and stuff like that. You're in Ohio.
American Gothic is the name of the painting.
Yes, of course it is. Of course it is.
In Ohio. One of the places we're thinking about looking is in Ohio.
Oh, Ingrid, have you got any ideas?
It's a bed and breakfast called the Inspiration House.
Oh, okay.
So
you've got a little list of things in Ohio that you'd like
definitely.
To go to.
There's another place called Hellstown, where the whole town just picked up one night and left. And I'm sure it probably was a little more time than that.
Wow.
But,
this is the thing with properties in America, because I think I said to you about this before. Over here, land is a premium. So if you've got a big old house that's derelict, it won't take long for it to get knocked down and houses built on there, because there's too many people live in Britain. So property and land is a premium in Britain. But in America, you have the old places that stay there for
the names.
The
names down below there.
Yeah. No. What's your second name? It's Clifford-Fennell, Angela. Come and join the page.
It's scrolling right below.
Yeah. There you go. Look. So if you look up for that page, or you can contact me on my email. And Boston, Ohio. I didn't know there was a Boston in Ohio.
There's a few different Bostons. But the most famous one is in Massachusetts, of course.
Of course.
We have all kinds of abandoned locations here.
I know, it's fantastic.
Ghost towns, whole towns just gone.
Oh, no. See, we do not have that over here, Scott. It's just unheard of here. As soon as something's derelict for a couple of years, they, that's Helltown, Ingrid's saying.
Right,
What's
right.
Helltown? Is that what it's actually called?
Yeah. No, I don't believe that was the original name.
Oh. Well, is that what they call it now?
That's definitely
that's
what they
weird.
call it now.
I thought I just felt somebody tug the back of my top. which they may very well be doing.
Well, I noticed that your video is different than last time.
Is it?
It seems like it's got a lot of matrixing going on.
I don't know. I've just had a look, and it's just exactly the same on the same.
The setup's the same.
Yeah.
But it looks like you're kind of. It's a filter. I know it.
There's nothing I can do about it. Claire, I have a couple of messages for you. Oh, now Ingrid is like me. She's got spirit guides who talk to her, and
oh, nice.
She'll say that her spirit guide said do this and whatever's been happening. So if you want to message me, Ingrid, darling.
No, that's an interesting thing, and I don't mean to speak over you. I'm sorry.
What's going on?
Those that, my understanding, everybody has guides. Just some are able to.
Yes, I do believe that.
Them. Now, if somebody cares to start hearing their guide, how would one go about doing that, do you believe?
Well, you know what? The first thing you have to do is learn to meditate, because meditation it raises your vibration. And a spirit who have passed over, the way they connect with you, and we're talking about spirit guides, spirit people who want to give you a message for somebody else. My hands really wavy now.
They are.
You know me, I'm all hands.
But we can hear you, so.
Oh, that's all right then.
Well, we can see you fine. Just it's got like a psychedelic vibe to it.
How cool. No, there's nothing I can do about it.
No, you're fine.
So just enjoy. So meditation raises your vibration, and that is, and I practice gratitude as well for what I have. There's lots of things that can raise your vibration even more. But to meet your spirit guides, everything starts with meditation, and that's how you get to link with spirit. And not to say that if you just start meditating, all your spirit guides get, because it's taken years for my spirit guides to introduce themselves, and they make themselves known in indisputable ways. I've been lucky enough for that to happen with me. And getting back to during a reading, can you tune in to one's guide, or do you have no choice? Good question, John.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually have any choice in the information that comes through me. I really don't. I know some people can say, I'm going to give you a guide reading, or I'm going to do this. I read people, and you get what you're given. You get what's coming. You get what's meant to come for you. I go into reading and flashback, Scott. What does that mean? What is he implying?
No, he's not implying nothing like that. But...
Oh no, not for me. I mean, this is obviously a private joke for you two.
No, not really. Just
okay.
He was just saying that tripping, like flashback.
Oh yeah. We won't say any more about that. But what was I saying? Can't remember.
My people's always, but you were saying about how you had no choice on what comes through.
Oh yeah. So if, say for instance, you've got a situation at the moment in your life that really needs addressing, that would probably come through on the reading. And I never know. It's like jumping into the unknown before I read somebody, because I have no idea. But what I usually do is, when I'm meditating, I pick up a load of information for somebody before I read them, before I meet them, and then I read it through. It's like the pre-reading. So I read off the things. It's like your toilet broke yesterday, and you ate I don't know, chocolate this morning, all little things like that. It's like they give me little snippets of information, and then I get into the full reading, which is speaking to spirit. Okay. But what's really interesting is young people. if someone's under 18, I have to link on a psychic level. I don't usually get spirit in for them. Isn't that strange?
Really?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Huh,
I'm not saying every, under 18 person, but most young people, I just link on a psychic level. I don't get spirit in for them. It's so bizarre.
Huh.
I don't know. I never question. I'm just happy with what they give me.
Definitely. Is it because you think they're
weird.
still so new and fresh into the world that
Possibly,
yeah.
they haven't life experience and stuff like that. But I you know what? I've thought about it, but I don't question spirit, and whatever they give to me is what they give to me.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and usually the issues that need addressing at this present time get addressed with validation. So,
Definitely.
all right.
Hello, chilling with
Chilling with the Troibers. Hi. How are you?
Name.
Yeah.
So now let's go to a different topic. Well, not different topic, but different connections.
Yeah.
Have you ever been during your readings? And I'm happy that we're touching more on this side of things as opposed to the paranormal of investigating and such like we did last time. And if you guys are curious as to our conversation last time, it's still on Facebook and YouTube, so I recommend you go check that out. But back to the question I was getting ready to say is, have you ever came to the point where you're in the middle of reading or trying to pick something up out on a case or whatever, where you came across, and everybody speaks of demons, but what about angels, angelic presence?
Yes. Right. So the work I do in my mediumship is very high energy, angelic work.
Okay.
It's high energy. It's all up there. The paranormal stuff is down there.
I would imagine.
All right. And never the twain shall meet. It's like when I'm reading, it's such a beautiful thing. I love doing the mediumship. But when I'm on a paranormal investigation, it's a different kettle of fish.
Definitely Earth.
Yeah, it's more negative. There's more negative going on. So I have my nan, Lally, who's in spirit. She's the gatekeeper. So she will let people check people before they come through to me. I know that sounds bonkers. She'll check people before they come through to me. But sometimes they slip through the net. And I've been reading someone, and somebody who abused them, who passed, came in.
Oh boy.
And I knew there was something wrong with him, and I said, I've got this man here. I don't like his energy. I don't know how he's got in, but he has. And this person I was talking to said, no, I don't want to talk to them. I described him. So I told him to F off. Just tell him that's how I talk to spirit who are negative. I can F off. All right. So, but it's unusual to have a negative on a mediumship reading, to have a negative spirit come in. But angels, yes. And I've had a lot of people who were here on the earth plane who are now angels and working over there. It's an amazing job. I love what I do.
I can only imagine.
It's a privilege to do what I do. Me
Ingrid
too.
says me too.
I don't know what she's saying. Me too.
Maybe everything.
Angels, I don't come across angels very often, but when I do, it's a massive bonus. It's a beautiful thing.
And I agree, Ingrid. She says you're awesome, Claire.
Oh, bless you, Ingrid. I love you too.
Now, angels and such, and I know we touched on this topic a little bit ago on our last chat, but we kind of spoke of it differently.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a situation where you read alien life form of some sort? Something that's
No.
no.
But I have to say, but are angels alien
I see what you're saying.
life form?
Um,
Because there is, we look at angels as like intelligent,
mhm,
loving beings, but
mhm.
they could be aliens.
Very
That
well.
I've always, with my spirituality, I've always had this thing that um, Ingrid said, I tell bad things to F off. It's the only way to do it. That they could be alien. They could be the alien intelligence that's looking out for us.
Right, right.
But I do, I've seen some very strange things,
Mhm.
but not a lot of them.
Okay, fair enough.
The last time I saw something really weird, I'm not sure whether it was alien or spiritual. So I went to this place and it was like a club, like a social club, but where it was built, it was built on a Saxon graveyard.
Oh boy.
So they're all still underneath it,
Right,
right?
right.
And it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I went out and I saw this red light going in between the trees. And I said to people, "Look, come and have a look at this. Come and have a look at this." And it was intelligent. It was looking at us,
Oh,
and it was and I have seen on paranormal programs these lights that go in and out of the trees, and
yeah,
intelligent. But this was like a large red light, and it was like, I don't know whether it was spiritual or
or alien in nature. Or,
extraterrestrial. I don't know. I keep my mind open, and I think I have to keep my mind open.
well, of course, yes.
I'm not going to believe in stuff just because it's wacky or but I have seen a few things that are really interesting, and but I'm more on the spiritual side of stuff. But I think that aliens could be spiritual, you know,
Oh yeah,
So
I fully agree with that thought.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
I guess I kind of never ever thought of them otherwise.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
That is when you really think about it.
Because we don't actually know.
Right.
Maybe the UFOs and stuff we see are actually spiritual beings to do maybe with what I do. I don't know. But there's definitely something in that.
Now,
Um,
now, how do you feel about the government outreach of? And I'm stumbling with my words because I can't think of the name of what they called it, but where they were remote viewing and
Viewing.
such.
Well, I would love to get involved with remote viewing because I think people like me can do it. And I think, like anything, you have to train to do it.
Right.
And I think that probably the governments have had people like me in and done this, tried on remote viewing for war or whatever. I'd love to do. I probably have done it, but
Without
not in a
realizing
way
it.
that is like controlled,
Mhm.
like the governments would want you to be. They're
Right.
like, there's this location, you need to get into that location and see what they've got on the desk there or whatever else. I haven't done anything like that. But knowing what's in someone's house, or I guess, is a form of remote
Remote
viewing.
viewing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Very
That's pretty much
interesting question.
that's pretty much what Ingrid is saying. Do you
Oh
think you did by
yeah.
accident?
Oh, I think yes, Ingrid. I think you can, and I think I probably have done that
No,
by accident, by
no.
linking
How do
someone.
you feel about people accidentally, not so much remote viewing, but astral projection travel? Because I
Oh,
feel people could do it by accident.
definitely. Um, I don't feel like I've done enough astral projection. Oh, I'm sure you have, Ingrid. I don't think I've done enough. I have tried, and I think it's accidental when I do it.
Okay.
Um, but nonetheless, it is incredible. I probably haven't done it for years, but I think it is accidental. You just get into that zone, but I do go to places when I sleep, and I have premonition dreams as well, and I have to with my dreams and stuff. I have nightmares every single night.
I'm
I
sorry.
think it's just the nature of what I do. I'm working in energies, and I think a lot of people like me do have horrifying nightmares.
Some people enjoy their nightmares, though.
Well, sometimes, I don't. Maybe they do, but every night I say, please, can I have a nice night's sleep with no nightmares tonight? And every night I have a nightmare, or 2 or 3. I guess it's the price you pay for doing what I do.
The wind's picking up here.
Is it?
Oh, yes. That's why I thought I heard something off to the side.
So what's the weather like? Is it sunny or?
A little overcast, but mostly sunny and
okay.
nice breeze going through, windy.
It's not going to take the roof off, is it?
No, nothing quite that bad. I'd say maybe gusts up to 15 miles an hour, maybe.
Oh, that's not too bad, is it?
Yeah, no, not at all.
We get a lot of heavy winds, high winds where we are because we're on the coast, on the south coast. So, we're just, because we're an island, aren't we? You get island weather. So every day can be different.
I believe I'm kind of in a valley. So.
Well, that's kind of protective, isn't it?
Well, we get a lot of wind that comes through. See, that's another thing that's kind of interesting about Warren, PA. I heard this a long time ago, and sometimes I wonder how true it is that there's a group of psychics that kind of move all the bad weather away from us.
Not sure about that.
And that's kind of how I first felt about it too. Like, yeah, okay. But then I started thinking everywhere around us really does get bad weather, and we really don't. I mean, we'll get our.
There is something to be said with group intention. There's something to be said with one person intention.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I feel like I've made things happen or not happen before, but intention is a very, very strong tool to use. So I guess if you get a lot of people doing that, who's to say that can't happen?
And that's why, like I said, when I first started, I just kind of chuckled and said, okay. And then I start paying attention to weather patterns after that. And we do get it once in a while, but it seems to be surrounding us like a little globe around us.
So you've got a little protective thing. What's that banging?
I think somebody's getting dishes going downstairs.
Oh, right, okay. Not anything paranormal.
No, I don't believe so.
Is the lady wife cooking?
Unless I was cooking, then, well,
it'd be a lot more noise.
I actually made some sweet and sour sauce because I was trying Chinese food. And
you made the sweet and sour sauce?
I attempted.
I'd just buy it. I wouldn't make it.
Well, I don't know what the heck I did. It came out almost like looking and had the consistency of almost like a peanut butter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it nice? Did it taste nice? Did it taste good?
No. And then
honest.
We kind of burned some stuff out back, and I threw it in there, and it actually exploded. So.
Oh, that's brilliant. Your cooking explodes. I love it.
That time it did. I don't know what happened. My neighbor happened to be strolling through his yard. He ducked like he was being shot at.
No! You won't be trying that recipe again then.
Never again have I attempted. That was quite the adventure that day. So I'm a decent cook, but I will never try that.
It sounds it, because I'm mainly vegan. But I cook my own food. My husband eats meat. He usually cooks his own food, but I do cook for him and that. But I'm not a brilliant cook. But I survive. I'm alive.
Yeah, you know how to make a mean box of macaroni and cheese or something.
Oh yeah. My son loves my macaroni cheese. Yeah, definitely. and some tofu. I love tofu. I know that's really vegan, but I love tofu.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a plate of tofu than,
Hmm.
dead animal on it. Let's not even go there.
Yeah, we
But,
don't want to.
I cook for my husband and my son. So,
Nice.
if they want meat, well, I do cook them meat. So, I don't make them eat what I eat. Well, they wouldn't. It's simple.
You thought you had that kind of power, huh?
Yeah. No such luck.
Now, have you ever thought about putting your aura, your ability, and I'm using words that I've heard
You
in the
think?
past.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
forgive me if they don't make much sense to you
That's all
when I say
right.
them. But like, have you ever thought about pushing yourself out to surrounding areas, like to feel what's out there, or to communicate with things that are around you that you might not be able to see? And I don't even mean necessarily like a ghost, but like
Yeah.
aliens or animals or.
Okay. Animals. Now you're talking. Because I absolutely adore animals. I'm lucky to have a very large garden with lots of beautiful animals. I am an animal person and an animal lover,
Nice.
and I feel like I connect with animals. But I at the moment I'm feeding the crows, and I go out each morning and I give the crow call. I'm not going to do it. A crow call, and then they all go "Rrr, rrr, rrr," and they come in for their breakfast. I
Have
feed
they
them.
left you gifts?
Huh?
Have they left you gifts yet?
No, they haven't. They're very ungrateful
You
crows.
look-
They're obviously taking it for granted.
that seemed like a sensitive subject there for a second.
No, but I'd love that. I'd
You-
love to have a couple of crows sitting on my shoulder, Scott. Do you know what I mean? I'm a real nature girl. I'm a real,
So-
I'm a tree hugger as well.
Do you know what they call a group of crows?
I can't remember.
A murder.
A murder of crows, of course.
Right. And
Yeah.
here comes a dad joke.
Crows have got a bit of a...
Here comes a dad joke.
Go on.
So if a group of them is called a murder, do you think two would be attempted murder?
That's terrible. That's a terrible dad joke, Scott. Yeah, but that is strange, isn't it? I think crows get a really bad press, and they're really marginalised. They really struggle to find food and
They're
stuff
intelligent.
like that.
They're intelligent.
Massively so. So I've got all sorts out in my garden: crows, robins, all that, squirrels, moles.
We have a lot of that, and we have one crow that sits outside our bedroom window and watches us. And I'll wake up and look; he'll just be sitting there watching into the window.
They're very intelligent, but they're like some people look at them as a bad omen, and they're not. They're just beautiful creatures. But I saw a few butterflies today and some bees, some bumblebees, which was amazing. But yeah, nature. I'm very. I would say that I'm pagan-ish.
Kind of like the
I
Celtics and stuff.
absolutely adore nature, and nature is everything to me. And I worship nature.
Do you feel the Celtics, the Druids and such, have the right thoughts when they were doing things they did through history?
Maybe. Yeah.
Because they believed a lot of leaving gifts for deities and to gain favor of the land and things like that.
I don't believe in that for myself. As I say, I worship nature, and I'd like to get into that a little bit more, and do more of that. It's like the word shamanism keeps coming up in my world, and I like to think there's a little bit of that for me as well, all to do with nature and seeing things, and all this sort of, and helping humans and helping nature on this planet,
Right.
because what I feel like my gift is for a reason.
Well,
It is
yeah.
for a reason, and that's for helping people. And yeah, so there's so much more that I want to explore about my spirituality and my beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
and I will do, But I'm absolutely privileged to work with spirit, and every time I work with spirit is honestly, I can't quite believe it.
Now, how tired are you after?
Oh yeah, I do get really tired. Yeah,
With a lot of energy.
I'm actually going through a process of a bit of a burnout at the moment. So I'm going to take a couple of weeks off because it does. I mean, I don't feel well at the moment because I think hubby's given me COVID.
So,
I'm starting to wane a little bit, Scott.
well, I wish you well. So what does one do to take you vacation from such things?
Uh, Ground yourself in everyday things. You know, I need to sow some seeds because we've got an allotment. I want to grow some veg and I want to grow some plants and stuff like that. So I think just taking yourself away, but still you remain connected.
Right.
But grounding is washing up, doing washing, hanging washing out, cleaning your house, all this sort of stuff.
Clearing
I
out.
need to be a bit more grounded at the moment, I feel. So I'm going to do everyday stuff to
Walk through
ground
your
me.
garden barefoot.
I always do. In the summer, of course, it's a science fact that grass and the ground underneath gives you energy through the soles of your feet. So
You're right. They have proved that scientifically.
it's a science fact.
A lot of people forget.
Once this summer comes, I do that. I take my shoes off. I try not to step in the dog poo.
I don't think you. I don't know what kind of grounding that would give you.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I've got two
Getting
dogs.
in touch with your dog, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I do get my shoes off at the first opportunity and get on that grass, and it really does boost you. But yeah, I'm feeling a little bit lagging spiritually at the moment, so it's not the first time. Somebody stop this man!
Oh, you just seen that?
Yeah,
Unfortunately, Leefoot, as we like to call him, he gets the brunt of all my jokes. He gets most of them. He says he's going to come to my house and burn my joke book.
He comes to your house and what?
He said he's going to come to my house and burn my joke book.
Oh, your dad joke book.
Yeah.
But listen, Scott, I mean, I'm starting to wane a little bit.
It is getting late where you are.
My night nurse. I'm starting to feel a bit crap.
And I apologize for keeping you on for so long, but
no, it's not. It's not even late. What is it? 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. But I need to take my night nurse, and I need to go to bed and sleep. I've got to pick the dogs up on the way up. Hubby's got them, and then we'll go to bed. But yeah, no, it's always a pleasure chatting with you, Scott.
I agree.
And
I definitely enjoy.
And I'll happily come on again. Hopefully I won't have COVID. Hopefully I haven't got COVID.
I agree. That I've had it and it was rough, but I ended up with pneumonia with it too. So double pneumonia.
Don't tell me that because I'm a severe asthmatic.
The biggest thing to do, and I've heard a lot of people say this, is that's had it is stay active, go for walks, move around. I didn't do that. I laid down.
It took over you.
It did. So
I'm not one for I like to do stuff. I keep myself busy.
So if you can keep upright and moving, you'll recover a lot quicker if that is the case.
If I've got COVID, I'll know in a minute because Hubster, he's just done the test. So I've got that. I'm going to go up straight away and go, look, have you got COVID? I'll give him a slap if he has.
Well, don't be too hard on him. Remember,
no, I'm only joking. I won't slap. I don't slap. For the record, I don't slap my husband. All right.
A disclaimer.
Only when he deserves it.
There were several people already on the phone for a check-in for the police and such heading your way because you said you're beating on your husband.
Oh yeah, don't. Yeah. I don't. Honestly, I don't beat my husband. And you know what? Actually, listen to this. We never row.
You never what?
We've never had an argument.
Really?
And do you know why? It's because I'm always right, Scott. No, honestly, we've never had an argument in
Well,
14 years.
wow.
I know. I have
Communication is
plenty
probably the key, though, right?
respect. We've just got respect for each other, and not that other people who row don't have respect, but I went through many relationships with lots of anger and arguments. So it's really nice not to have that anymore. I just think it's one of those. It's just our personalities, we just don't argue. It's fantastic. Feel better, Claire. Love you, Ingrid too. So I'm going to go and I'm going to get ready for bed, and I'm just going to go to sleep because I feel like rubbish.
We appreciate you coming on, and
oh, thank you for having me, Scott. I always love coming on your show. We just have a right old chin wag, don't we?
Very true, very true. Though I never heard that before until you, so I'll have to digress and trust you on that.
Absolute chin wag. But you know what? I'd quite like to. You're having your para-unity thing, aren't you?
Yes.
In September?
Matt will be, yes. Yep.
I might come over.
Really?
Maybe.
That would be
awesome. Who knows? I'd like to. Whether I do or not is another thing.
And it's not too far away from that place, Lilydale. I could just jot you over and...
I wouldn't come out. I'd stay there.
You'd at least send money for your husband to come join you, right?
Yeah. He wouldn't. No. You know what? I have to say something about my husband. Has no understanding of what I do at all. He's about as spiritual as a potato. And we just really get on. It just works because he's so supportive.
There's somebody that passed away in our lives. Wonderful woman. She was part of our group, and she had a lot of abilities as you have. And when you say that, it just reminded me of her husband.
He's as spiritual as potato.
I don't know if I'd say all that, but he was very accepting. They were together for a long time, and he was, like I said, very supportive. But I don't believe he had any abilities or anything like that.
Yeah,
and you could tell it was true,
isn't it?
It was, and is. And,
I think people like us find those partners that he's an insurance broker, for goodness sakes. And we're so opposite, but it absolutely works. He knows that I'm good at what I do and love what I do, and he supports that.
And that reminded me of them.
And, isn't that lovely, Scott?
They were blessed enough to find each other at a very young age.
They did.
Yes.
Well, I didn't meet Adam until I was 38 years old.
Well, maybe I was around that age. I'm not sure how old they were, but they were very young.
Isn't that lovely? Hey, did she have a J name, that lady?
No.
Okay, sorry. Just a J name came in then.
I was trying to think of anybody connected. Maybe you've seen Jason come up there.
Jason, bye Claire the Clairvoyant. Bye Jason. Look, thanks for having me.
Her name was Ursula. Was her name?
Oh, bless her heart. Bless her heart. Thanks, Claire. Have a good night. You too, Lee. Have a good night. I'm going to bed. Lee.
Mine's a potato too.
Mine's a potato too.
Is everybody that has your abilities husband and wife's potatoes?
Yeah, spiritual as a potato. Anyway, listen, thank you everybody for listening to me and Scott. I'm going to go.
Stay in contact.
Yeah, definitely. I'll come on again. But whatever you want to do, if you want to do like an investigation and have me link in with it or whatever, I'm up for that, Scott.
And I'll connect you with the consultant, so if you'll be so kind to be on his show as well.
Absolutely, I'd love to. Are you sure people want my madness on their shows? Scott Stephanie Spud. Are you a potato?
I'm
Scott,
a
are you a
Spadora now.
potato?
Yeah. I don't have no abilities. I'm a Spadata.
Oh, but you've got a real interest in the paranormal. We love that.
I do.
Thank you
But
so much for having me,
you
Scott.
get some rest. And
thank you, everybody, for coming on. Ingrid, I love you. Scott, my friend, have a great day. And thank you for accommodating me earlier. Because,
no,
that's really nice of you. I think if it was later, I'd be in bed.
Well, yes, even for myself on Sundays, I'm in bed by 7 because I work at 3:30 in the morning.
Yes, you do. You're a hardworking man. Lots of love to you, Scott. Lots of love to everybody else. Take care. See you soon.
Now.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Bye, you too. Take care.
Bye. Okay, guys. Spadora. Yeah, I will be a spud. That's for sure. Guys, thank you for joining me on a Sunday afternoon. For me, it was afternoon, late night for her. Touched on so many topics once again, and I feel that we could have plenty more topics to speak of with Claire. Matt, you heard her say, if you're still here, if not, that she would love to be on your show as well. A whole new different group of people in your chat, as well as some of the regulars that find their way here as well. Ingrid, it was very nice to have you join us. It was definitely fun, and you're welcome, and thank you for joining us. I always enjoy having new people on because they ask different questions in the chat and such that a lot of the regulars, they just kind of start sitting back and watching the show, because we bring on interesting guests. So far I've been blessed with the people that I've been able to find to come on. Everybody's been so good on the show that it makes me look good, which I like that, especially chatters, because it makes it easier for me to just kind of sit back and enjoy. But I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. I really appreciate everybody checking this out. We have a lot of things in the work, so keep up with the shows and the Facebook posts and such. And I'm starting to ramble on. So, everybody, I'd like to say thank you. And as always, stay spooky, my friends.